Okay, so the first thing we need to do when we start a 3 by 3, solving a 3 by 3, is to number our equations. So I'm going to go ahead and number these three equations, 1, 2, and 3. And then next, you want to just take a look at your three equations and see which one's good to cancel. Remember, whatever is good to cancel is opposite in signs and the same coefficients. So scanning this, I can see that z's are probably a good idea to cancel because you can see with equation 1 and 3 that they have opposite in sign and they both have a coefficient of 1. So I'm going to pair up 1 and 3. So I'm just going to copy them down. So 2x plus y minus z equals 9. Equation 3 is 5x plus 7y plus z equals 4. This equation, you don't have to do much. You don't have to multiply anything. You just have to add these equations because the z's will automatically cancel. And let's just see how that works. 2x plus 5x, that's 7x. Y plus 7y, that's 8y. The z's cancel out, so I don't have to worry about the z's anymore. And then it looks like I have 9 plus 4, which is 13. So that's equation 4. I'm going to mark that as equation 4 there. And now I need to pair up another two equations. So remember that this time around you also have to cancel out z's. So I think in this case I want to choose equation 1 and 2 because they're opposite in signs already. So that's going to be equation 5 if I end up pairing them up. So equation 1 and 2, let's see what equation 1 was. 2x plus y minus z equals 9. I'm just rewriting these equations. Negative x plus 6y plus 2z equals negative 17 is equation 2. And so looking at these, let's see what I need to multiply to this x, right, to cancel out with this x. You can see that the second x, no, I'm sorry, not x, z's, is a 2, a coefficient of 2. So I need to multiply this equation by a positive 2. Because if this 2 multiplies with this z, we get negative 2z, which will cancel out with this, the positive 2z. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply this 2 in to each term. So that's going to be 2 times 2x, which is 4x. 2 times y, which is 2y, minus 2z equals 18. And then I didn't multiply anything to the second equation, so I'm just going to bring that down. So negative x plus 6y plus 2z equals negative 17. Add these two equations up, so we get 4x plus negative x, just 5x. Oh, excuse me, not 5x. Let's fix that right there. That should be a 3x. And then we have 2y plus 6y, which is 8y. My z's cancel out. And then we have, let me do this actually in black. 8 plus negative 17, which is 1. And this is what I can call equation 5. So now what we're going to do is pair up our equation 4 and 5. So 4 is 7x plus 8y equals 13. And equation 5 is 3x plus 8y equals 1. So when I pair these up, I can see that the 8 on the y, so my y's both have the same coefficients, but they can't cancel because they're both positive. So I need to multiply one of the equations by, looks like a negative 1 to make this happen. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 1. Because you can see here, if I multiply negative 1 with 8, that makes a minus 8y, so that I can cancel out with the top 8y. So I'm going to distribute. But before I can do that, let's bring down the fourth equation. So that's 7x plus 8y equals 13. Distribute this 1, which is going to be negative 3x minus 8y. And then I need to multiply it to the 1 too, so that's negative 1. Adding these two equations, so I get 7x plus negative 3x, which is 4x. My y's cancel. And then I have 13 plus negative 1, which is 12. So looks like now I just have to divide both sides by 4. So x is equal to 3. Now that I've found x, remember you have to use either equation 4 or 5 to find what the second variable is. So I'm going to go ahead and use equation maybe 5. It really doesn't matter, but I just chose one. So 3 times x plus 8y equals 1 is equation 5, and I'm going to plug in 3 for x, because that's what I solved here. And so 3 times 3 gives me 9 plus 8y equals 1. Subtract both sides by a 9. 9's cancel out, so 8y equals negative 8. So I need to divide both sides by, looks like an 8. 8's cancel out, so y is equal to negative 1. So now that I have two variables, remember now I can use either equation 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to go ahead and use equation 1. It doesn't really matter as long as you choose one of the three. So I'm going to do it down here. This is going to be equation 1. And equation 1 is 2x plus y minus minus z equals 9. And I'm plugging in 3 for x plus y is negative 1 that I just solved, minus z equals 9. So let's work this out. 2 times 3 gives me 6. I have a negative 1, so I'm really subtracting by 1, minus 7. Sorry, not 7, z. I keep saying 7 for some reason, because my z's look like 7s. Bring down the 9. So we have 6 minus 1, which is 5, minus z equals 9. So looks like I need to subtract both sides by 5 to get z by itself. 5's cancel. And so now I have negative z on this side. 9 minus 5 is 4. And then I need to divide both sides by a negative 1. The negatives cancel, so z is equal to negative 4. So that means my coordinate is, in this case, x first, then it's y, and then our z is negative 4. So we have one coordinate or one solution. And there we go. Looks like that is our answer. So I'm going to zoom out so everyone can see what I just wrote. Okay, that's it.